Drumheads. Andrew,
Jason,
how you doing over
listen,
there in chilly Scotland? I can see the frost coming up your breath.
don't bother buying me these cigarettes, by the way. I'm all right.
That is looking
Um,
cool as.
what I was going to say is, so I welcome to the show, everybody. We're
Yeah.
having this is like a kind of John Craven's news roundup. Actually, it's a bit of a rip off of William Powler. He done a wee roundup on the pipe band chanter or something like that. I'm enamoured by that guy. I think he's got patter.
Who is
He's
he?
quite. He calls himself William Powler, but
Okay.
he writes.
It's like a
He
pen name,
writes.
isn't it?
It's a pen name, and he writes kind of wee things, and I think they're quite funny. And
Nice.
he kind of likes. He's an agent provocateur, right? So he likes to write things that obviously rub the sand into people's eyes.
Oh,
You know what
yeah.
I
I
mean?
know the guy you're talking about now.
And I tell you what, honestly, he waxes
Legend.
lyrical. He's good, very good.
Great.
So if he's listening or he's watching,
Yeah. Wherever you
you know what
are,
I mean?
William
Keep
Fowler.
keep that wee candle burning. Right.
I'm thinking of this as more like it's an emergency broadcast. But
Well, you're using the word emergency, Jace. Let's just calm down. It's
yeah, yeah.
-5 outside.
Yeah.
Lovely starry night. I've got a medicinal because it's
Oh,
cold.
love that. Loving that mug, by the way.
The mug's great, by the way. We might need to do this as merch. Talking of
Well,
merch, a couple of shout outs. You and Gordon, your t-shirt's on its way.
you
I'll
and
be winging
Gordon.
it to you shortly. Don't say we don't deliver because we deliver. Right, so I done that the day before I started tankering with my other tasks. Right, and
You'd be looking good,
just
Ewan.
thanks. You'll be looking good. And by the way, I get told from our guest of the show, Mr. Alistair Park, that he's seen the said Ewan Gordon in the snow with his beanie hat on. And by the way,
Yes.
troops, it's beanie time. You
Oh,
need
get it
that
on.
beanie. -5. Never a time better for the beanie hat. Anyway, so shout out to him, shout out to Alistair, shout out to Nori Gillis. I know that he doesn't watch the show, but he will eventually watch the show. He's getting crooked in. He's slowly but surely crooked in. And a big shout out to this wee guy, Matthew Brownlee. Right?
Yeah. Monster.
This wee guy is a monster. Now we'll talk about Rhythm Monster in a minute because we need to talk about them.
That's a different kind of
About,
beast.
right, but this wee guy is a wee rhythm monster, and
Yeah.
he's such a wee talent. So if you ever watch the show, wee guy, keep watching it, keep enjoying it. But I keep enjoying your stuff online. I'm genuinely thinking it's deft.
And for older
So
guys, it's real motivating because you're like, oh, what am
aye, because you're like that, you're
yeah,
doing
come
this at
on.
that age, and you're like,
Yeah.
really, you old guy, Lairdy, really old Lairdy, you want to get a grip of yourself.
I've still got it.
He's like that. Lairdy, you would get in my car. Right, anyway, so what was I going to say? So a big salute out to that wee guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would like to get him on the show, but he's a minor.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would work. So if he's watching the new, he needs to speak to his mum or his dad, and then they would need to speak to us that way. And we could maybe get a wee kind of interview with the guy. Because he's
Let's see what's
obviously
going on in his head.
he's not an infant. He's obviously got opinions and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see how he perceives things
Yeah.
at a young age. He
And-
might think,
People at that age, maybe they're usually smarter than us.
well, that's what I was going to say, maybe. I mean, well, look at the age of Kerr McQuillan.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the next world champion is going to be like 13.
Yeah. Could easily.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that obviously that there is so much progression with younger drummers, and we've kind of spoke about the schools and how it's kind of better organised and better directed, and there's better instructors.
Mm.
And then the other thing I was going to say is that Rhythm Monster. See that? What's that thing that I seen Simon Grant doing? Pad Lab.
Yeah.
Can you explain that to an old guy that doesn't know? So I understand.
Yeah.
Do you need to go on Rhythm Monster and subscribe to it, and then they give you?
That's
Is that
obviously
how
that's a paid service. That is quite heavy tech, and
Yes.
I couldn't imagine doing it. And they've really pulled out all stops to make this thing happen. Surely, but it's what every drummer in the pipe band world needs right now. is
Do you
an
know what I
actual,
honestly?
yeah.
Do you know what I honestly think?
Speed it
I
up,
think
slow
that.
it down.
I just think, where was that when I was a wee guy growing up?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I
You
just
can
think
isolate the things so you can just be the only snare playing, or you can just
I don't know how to say this, right? Because everybody knows, right? I tried to do the drum thing for Simon, to play his thing, to play his march on. And believe me, it took me that long to work out how I was going to do it technically that I was actually quicker learning the thing than I was actually doing the Facebook chat on my Xbox. Well, this is what I was going to say. So ideally, I would like to do this Pad Lab thing.
yeah. I want
I'd
to do
like
it
to
too.
do that.
I'm
I would like
tempted.
to give that. I would like to give that a try.
Yeah.
And see how an old fool like me would maybe manage to do that. I don't know.
And
But I'm into that a lot.
something about that Pad Lab and Rhythm Monster in general, right? Is like, Drumeo. Everyone knows Drumeo. They
Everybody knows
are
Drumeo.
the pinnacle of what every drum kit drummer needs to get tuition, extracurricular tuition.
Yeah.
But Rhythm Monster is what pipe band drummers need, and they're catering for that. And
spades, isn't it? It's just actually it's manner. I've because I think they must do things where because I've not subscribed to them.
No,
yet,
yeah.
Right. So I've not subscribed. And I thought maybe I should, and I don't know. I mean, the amount of money I'm throwing at Snare Force One, man, I don't think I'll not be living in a house. I'll be living in Snare Force One if I keep this up, right?
But the chops, though, the chops. Think about the chops.
I know. Just think about who. Just think about your wee fantasy world who you'd be playing in the corner. Oh, check me out, not right? Brilliant, I know. Right,
I'll be Baghdad.
See that guy Tangy, by the way? See that piece on the advert?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Is that
fantastic?
Is wearing a Motorhead shirt and stuff like?
it's just all class, isn't it? You know what I mean?
It
It's
is.
that
I love it.
That French je ne sais quoi. Right. Anyway,
is it
go well?
Yeah. Well, we did our wee episode with Craig Laurie, and it was a nice episode. Really enjoyed that, and loved having him on. It was, but we
we might bring him back at the end of the year.
He's worth it.
He's a wee wash up.
Good crack. Uddingston, we'll check him out.
By the way, I gave him his t-shirt.
Good.
So he got his delivered, by the way. So actually,
hand delivered.
I get special delivery because he actually works near my work.
Yeah.
And I thought, rather than paying the £3.95 for the Royal Mail, I sent him the t-shirt. I gave him the t-shirt, which was quite interesting because I got to see Wallace bagpipes and the stuff that they're doing there.
You never been there before?
Never been there before. So Craig Laurie was actually at the lathe kind of thing doing stuff.
Oh,
he's a piper, and it was like being in the engine room, a submarine or something like that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It was a lot of grease and oil, and it was good.
That's real good
stuff, man.
Yeah,
it was interesting. So he got that given to him, and that was done. So I get back to it. So what were we talking about?
Nice. Yeah. So we did mention in the sort of latter half of the episode that we had some intentions as a podcast for the 2025 year coming up. Andrew, do you want to tell us a little bit? Just clarify what that was.
We had a wee preamble and we thought about this, and then we kind of floated the idea, and we said on the show like that, do you know what? We should maybe actually have a pipe band, and it's a pipe band that only does the worlds. And I already said that's not a new idea, right?
Yeah,
so before
I asked you,
that's been done before, baby. You've done that before. Right, before people do that, right? We know this. We know it's been done before.
I was on the other side of the spectrum. I was saying, Andrew, we can't do that. We're just two guys.
Well, here's the thing, right? A couple of things I'm going to say, right? Officially, right? By the 31st of January, right? I have a finite amount of people that I'm willing to get to the Worlds, right? As a pipe band, a competing pipe band, right? So here's the thing. We've already got quite a host of people that have already brought their names forward to the party, right?
Great response.
We've had a great response so far.
Yeah.
Right? And so to that end, on the 31st of January, we'll do the big reveal. We'll have a team sheet and we'll mention the team sheet. I'm saying the 31st of January. I don't even know what day of the week that is. But we'll try and do some sort of thing about the 31st, see how I'm starting to roll back, about the 31st of January. where we'll bring out the team sheet. But the thing is it's the difficulty we've got is that one, we've got a finite amount of people that we can have on a seat. I mean, technically, you'd want as many people as you could in your pipe band, right? I would be the same. I want that, right? So for our pipe band, we want as many people as we could possibly have. But because this is getting done on the skid of a banana, we've got a finite amount of numbers that we can take because we've got the uniform, for instance.
Yeah.
So there's a costing, and not so much the costing, but how we're going to manage to accrue that. Do you like that word I used? Accrue.
That was actually, I never heard you say that before.
And then also, so we've got registration, we've got the accruement of the accruement of kit, the uniform, and drums and chanters, etc., etc. However, we already know that we're kind of sitting all right in the drums department. So I know for a fact we've got drums which we could use at the very least that would get us over the line. So I'm not worried. I'm not worried about that. And it's kind of reverse engineering. The biggest problem that we've got so far is to get the full complement, which we've near enough got. Genuinely, we're nearly over the line with that.
Our team.
But the next thing is, as you can imagine, that we've got quite a dysphoria of people.
Yeah, mix of people, eh?
At the moment, the pipe corps is averaging grade 2, grade 3. Right? The drum corps is a wee bit more motley. We've got, I would say, grade 3, grade 2, grade 3B, grade 4. So
we're trying
to tailor that so the volume of people that we get will then work out this is the kind of script, this is what we're going to aim for. So there's no point us trying to write a score that's going to be overcomplicated for the grade that we're going to be assigned to. And vice versa, there's no point playing a very simplistic score to a grade that we're going to get assigned to, which is going to be higher than that score. So this is the real. I mean, somebody, I'm not going to mention their name, right? Somebody wrote me a message about this, about the pipe band, and they said that they never said this, but they inferred that I wasn't really thinking straight, right? And they said, in order to do this, in order to do this, you're going to need 35 grand and this, that, and next thing.
Well, yeah,
and
it's not wrong.
And I went, well, no, you don't, right? Because it's not what you know, it's who you know. Wow. And you need to actually, and the 35 grand that I would say, quite a large portion of it would be on certain things. Yeah. I don't intend to buy our own drums. I don't intend to buy our own stuff. I intend to borrow our own drums. I intend to borrow these things. So therefore, I don't intend right away to have a big outlay on kit and equipment. So therefore, the 35 grand is a wee bit kind of precocious. It's like that to me is a bit wild. And I'm not saying that everybody can do this, right? I'm not saying that maybe everybody can do this. And I understand that other people that start off a village and district, they're going to have to go and they're going to have to source a lot of money, and they're going to have to source bus money because they're going to go to every competition. We're not going to every competition. We're going to one competition. That's the Worlds. So that's one day out of the season. That's what we intend to do.
The whole point of this is that we're just hitting it on the one out.
It's one kill, a one shot, one kill.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, Tom Berenger sniper film. One shot, one kill. Right? So it's like that. It's like we just want to cross the line, do our business, and hopefully get some sort of result. That would be nice. But so that's part of the strategy. The other strategy is that we're going to work on the principle that we could possibly do pipe band concentrations where we don't do Monday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Thursday type practices. I was actually thinking, I was talking to the guy, one of the Piper guys, and we were discussing the idea that we'd done a spring, a summer, and then the week before concentrations. And when I say concentration, what I mean is we'd all rock up on a Friday, do a Saturday, do a Sunday, then you would go home, then you would make sure that you practice in your own time, whichever time suits you. How you want to practice is up to you, but as long as you get things done, and then meet us again in a kind of a halfway time between the spring and the Worlds, and then we'd have another concentration, and then after that it would be the weekend before a mega concentration, and then 2 practices or 3 practices during that week, and then cross the threshold. So instead of a lot of practices kind of over a long period of time, bulk practices, highly concentrated,
then in your own time,
and see what happens here. So,
I mean, this is it's not a world first in the terms of just a wee band has come out of nowhere and is just doing the one out. But for me, there's a lot of firsts here, and to be honest, I'm bricking it a little bit because I've never been to the Worlds, and also this is going to be a lesson for me in doing this kind of fly-in arrangement.
I know, but it'll not be. Listen, look, this is the thing, right? We don't know what we've got, and we don't know what we're dealing with yet.
True.
However, we'll soon know. By the 31st of January, we'll soon know what we're aiming for. And once we register and we're assigned the grade, whatever grade it is, I'm going to ask for. Whatever grade it is, I'm going to ask for London. Right? I don't care what it is. I want it 4B. That's never going to happen, right? Nobody people that's want to come. So
that's what I need anyway.
We're not getting 4B. We're getting probably. I would actually, as a gambling man, I'm saying 3A. I would love 3B, but I think probably 3A, 3B. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, it's about people that, for whatever reason, haven't got a pipe band.
Mm-hmm.
They might be single parents. They might be busy with their work, and they work kind of constantly on, off. They might just not be bothered with the whole going to the practice on a Tuesday night when they get back from work, going up there, then coming back. There's a whole host of reasons.
Oh yeah,
they might just not like the idea of having to kind of, I don't know, indulge it. But yet at that point of the year, they think, I could have been playing today, or I'd like to be playing today. So it's really quite a good vessel for people that are capable but don't have the time, and for whatever reason, issues. They could have. I mean, some people don't like people, so this would be suit them. You know what I mean? They just kind of rock up, have to tolerate people for a short space of time, and then they go away and practice, and it's all about them practicing, and then they get back. So maybe there's that. So far, we've got quite a high veteran frequency that's in the band.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm glad you said it's cool, Jason. It's some guys maybe come in and see you,
but it's just like I'm not even a veteran, so am I in a place here?
Listen, but this is the other thing, right? So we've put veteran in we're putting veteran in the name of the band, right? So the band's going to be called the Drums and Pipes, by the way, not pipes and drums, drums and pipes, right? Of the Drumscore Veterans. There you go.
Oh, the drums and pipes of the Drumscore Veterans.
So, pipe band.
Okay, we're rolling with it.
I think it sounds all right. When I go to actually write it, I'll probably call it something else. R2D24 pipe band or something. I don't know. that might be a good thing. Can go for a strange name. But so we went for that because obviously, kind of, we're sponsoring the band because we're the Drumscore, so we're in there.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's a lot of veterans kind of want to do it.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the veterans thing. It's kind of difficult for them to be bothered with quite a lot of people and be in a band, and then they're kind of trying to fund their feet in civil life, and then they get a job, and then it's not too far, and it's just, you know what? It goes by them, and then they leave it.
Yeah.
So there's that element. So by the way, no, there's no veterans playing in other top bands, by the way, grade 1 and grade 2 bands. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it for some people. That's the way it's went.
And the way I understand it is like that there's veterans of pipe bands. You know, you could be a veteran of a grade 2 pipe band, and you're like, listen, that's the thing. I mean, we're saying veterans as if it's just army veterans. You can be a veteran. You can be a veteran in anything. You can be a veteran of being in pipe band contests. Yeah. I am a veteran of pipe band contests. Veteran of the world.
Veteran, whatever, man. Do you know what I mean? Let's not get too hung up on it, right? Let's just kind of, the main function isn't in the name, isn't in the uniform. It's the people that get together and push it over the line to compete. If we manage that, I think we've managed a massive feat.
It's
I think
huge.
a massive feat.
I think this is
So
a massive endeavor.
that would be a win right away.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy with that. We want to win. But it's a win from the point of view if we can get the team and the team can focus and stick with the program, then that would be a massive success in itself, I think.
Let's see how we do. It's exciting as, man. Like, I'm looking at the year ahead, and this is obviously the biggest thing. This is the biggest thing for me right now.
This is how real it is, right? We've even got WhatsApp groups for the drummers and pipers.
The Drumscore Drumcorps WhatsApp group.
the Drumscore Drumcorps WhatsApp group. That's quite hard to say, the Drumscore Drumcorps WhatsApp group. Anyway, so there's the guys, right? And there's also the pipe corps.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to get an admin one set up.
Yeah.
Because, for instance, today I was getting bogged down with folk talking about the uniform. And I was like, right, the uniform's quite simple, right? This is what it is. And cap badge. The cap badge is going to be whatever your former unit was that you want to wear that. And if you want in a former unit, wear whatever you want. It's as simple as that, right? Let's not get too bogged down.
We're flexible here.
It's straightforward. You know what I mean? It's it'll be good.
So anyway, so the WhatsApp for the drummers, this is like Radamacus, windmills, like
that's right. So
technical stuff.
I put a wee thing on the night, and I just says, right, for people that's not been playing, they need to start practicing.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about me, right?
No, I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah.
I'm included, right? Because you've not been going to a band, and for whatever reason you've not been practicing or focusing on certain things.
Yeah.
So guess what? Get the Alex Duffert book out, book one. Start going through that, right? There's an easy hit. Start looking at, I don't know, some bands that are on Rhythm Monster or something like that. Start picking wee bits of that.
Time to jump on the Pad Lab, eh?
Whatever, but exactly, get on the Pad Lab. I like that's good, isn't it? Talk about pads.
What is this? It's not the El Chico, is it?
It's not the El Chico. In fact, there's a story about the El Chico. Do you want to hear
it? Yeah. Does it bring you down? You end up with this?
So, Mrs. Laird, as you know, I told you about the Grinch of Christmas, and I had to make mine stand, and then I went, and she's like, I'll buy you a stand. I was like, great, get me the stand and get me the El Chico. She put it in, sent it off, and then it was between Christmas and New Year, and it was just before the kind of last weekend of the kind of holidays.
Yeah.
And long story cut short, I was like, is that pattern stand ready to pick up yet? She's like, well, the shop says it's open. This is Jim Kilpatrick's shop, by the way, right? Yeah. She says, the shop says it's open. She says, I'll phone it. So she phoned it up. Ring, 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 ring. Hello? I'm just phoning about the pad and sticks ordered. She says, the shop's actually shut today. She says, but Jim's here. So she hands over the phone to Jim. Hello? I was like that. Jim, it's Andy Laird here. I was wanting to pick up a pad. Andy, I'm sorry, I don't have a Chico pad, but I'll tell you what I'll do. Genuine, right? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the upgrade. I'll give you a performer. Because he's got that kind of transatlantic kind of vibe going in there.
It's like he's in the room here with us right now.
So he's like that. He says, this is good, but right? So this is a good news story, right? So he's like, I'm really sorry about that. She says, I'll give you the performer pad. She says, I'll give you an upgrade. I was like, right, magic, that's great. So I drove down there that night, and obviously I picked up the pad. Now, I love the pad, right? This is going to sound crazy bonkers, but the rubber on this pad, right, it kind of reminds me of a pad that I really like that I got off Wally Laird, which is the Go pad.
Huh.
The wee cheap kind of, sort of wee £22 pad, wee round one. I'm not got it here, I've left it at my work. But the bottom line is I really like that pad. It's kind of poppy, kind of nice, light, easy. That's a nice pad as well. It's a great pad, right? And it's kind of well put together. So I like that performer pad. I mean, it's hard for me not to like a pad in a weird sort of way. Each pad, it's like loving your own children in it.
It gives you a feeling, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's like a different vibe in it. So, I mean, I suppose the good news for Jim Kilpatrick or all these people that make pads is that, guys, he's always got a slice of the pie because everybody keeps buying different pads.
Yeah, so, keep making them. The new one is the best one.
I like what Jim done. He obviously, for some, I don't know whether Chico sell out or whether, do you know what I mean? There's a distribution thing. It doesn't matter, but he was like, right, listen, you'll get a pad, you get the upgrade pad, the main expensive pad. And I'm like, right, that's fine. I will go back to Jim and I'll ask him, Jim, any chance of the El Chico? Because I'll go back I want the Chico. I want to try
You want it bad.
I do want it. With a name like that, it's worth it. It's just worth it with the name. What you playing, El Chico?
You've been hyping it up so much, I reckon you're going to get it, hit it, and be like...
I just love it. I just love the name. I want to know if he came out with that name. Do you know what I mean? Was he watching a spaghetti western or something like that at the time? He's like, what am I going to call that pad? What can I call it? And then all of a sudden, he's like, hey, Chico. Is it no Tuco? It's Tuco in the
Good, Bad, and the Ugly.
It's something like that, innit? It's Good, Bad, and Ugly. I'm sure it's spaghetti. It's hey, Tuco. Maybe he's like Tuco. Sounds like Chico.
Chico's Spanish, right?
I don't know. It's like, I think it's a good. I love the name. And I do like the what's it called? The Flam 5 pad.
Yeah.
I've not got one. Somebody I know hates it.
Right.
He says, I don't. He called it a lazy pad.
Ooh.
He's like, it's
too
a
bouncy,
lazy pad. And I was like, and I get that.
I get that.
Anyway, here's my point about the pads because it's relevant to the Drumscore pipe band, right?
Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to get us all
railway sleepers.
Listen, people.
Yeah. No way. He was going to.
He's only getting these.
Everyone's what?
That's not happening. So see all the heroes that turn up with a big expensive £99 pads and all that. I'm not wanting to do that. And I don't know about the railway sleeper, but I definitely know we're going to have one pad. So when we do the pipe band concentration, and if it's a pad and sticks time, I'm going to stick to one pad for all. All right? So we all have the same rotten sound. So if it's a rotten pad, we're all rotten. If it's a great pad that makes you sound great, we're all great. But the bottom line is I'm into this. I think we just have the uniformal pad sound.
If I know you, it's going to be those railway sleepers.
Do you know what? I'm actually thinking about the Go pad.
Oh.
Because it's cheap. I think it's one of the cheapest in the market.
Yep.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what pad it's going to be. Whatever pad we can get for hee-haw.
Yeah. I was going to say,
so see whatever
from our fund?
Exactly. Well, see whatever drum pad, right, that we can manage to steal, borrow, or accrue, right? That's the pad we'll be using. So it'll be interesting to know what pad we actually go with. So there you go. Everybody's got a fair shake of the pip. It probably could be MD's pad. There you go.
Maybe a pad company wants to sponsor us on our journey here. Send over a few pads. Hey?
Listen, we're not too proud. We'll take free stuff. These people.
And if you feel like, you're donating to a good cause, you can always buy the merch.
Buy the merch. Exactly.
Imagine
how,
that.
Jason? Tell them how.
Well, you go into our Instagram or you go into our Facebook and you just look at our profile and you'll see a wee link there that says sum up. You jump on there. Buy yourself a beanie hat.
Sum up. Because there's a guy phoned me. There's a guy phoned me that I sent him the t-shirt and he's like, how do I pay for this? I'm like, listen, I'm a techno useless guy, right? It must be a TUG. I'm a TUG, right? I'm a tug. Techno useless guy, right?
Proper tugger.
And I'm like, I know how to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, he's a generation below me. He's like my generation down. I'm thinking, what's his excuse for being old and daughtery and saying, how do we pay for it? Sum up, Ewan. Sum up.
Oh, named. He named him.
He was wanting a free t-shirt. That's what it was. He was like, I'm all confused and all. Just send me it. I'll give you the money.
Very clever. Very clever.
Good one. Aye.
We are available for assistance, so you just call us up and we'll sort of help you through it.
I'll send you my bank details.
So yeah, you just head to that sum up link, buy yourself whatever you need to get you through the winter, and it'll be going to a good cause for the Drumscore Drumcorps, the Drumscore Veterans, drums and pipes.
No, it's the drums and pipes first. It's always the drums and pipes first. The drums and pipes of the Drumscore Veterans pipe band.
Yeah. All right, I'll get there.
We'll probably check. Listen, what's the abbreviation for that? Drums DPDV.
the drum score.
DPDV. DPDV.
DPDV. Yeah.
Sounds like
Did
something you'd clean the flare with. Use DPDV.
did you see DPTV on the DPTV on?
Did you catch that on DPDV last night? There was a guy cleaning a flare using DPDV.
Now only £12.99.
Oh, no. We should listen. We're brutal. We should be bigging it up. Oh, we're brilliant. That's a brilliant name. That's great, Jason.
You say it with pride. You say it with pride.
See, you guys, honestly. Oh, we're magic. That's great. Oh, that's brilliant. Anyway, so I think that's kind of about it.
Yeah.
This is just a call to arms for the people that want to come.
You've got until the 31st of January to let us
31st of January, troops.
That you want to get it in.
Get it in, and then we'll do the team sheet. And once the team sheet's been called, by and large, I'm going to have to shut the door because then I need to go to the next phase, which is shooting and booting people.
Wrangling the kit together. We
can't really kind of be hanging about. So, it's going to take us a bit of,
yeah.
So, it'll be interesting. I'll bedevil people and bore people to death we've still got a committee to name.
Whoa.
So we need a secretary.
We're doing AGM.
We're doing and we'll be doing an AGM after the 31st. Once you get the team sheet, they'll all be invited to the AGM. Yeah. Them that don't turn up, death. Right? So what happened to Stevie? He didn't turn up for the AGM for the Drumscore. Guys just took him away in a last scene getting bundled into a blue van.
That DPTV, mate. They are
DPTV right at the side of it. Right, so what was I going to say there? So AGM, we need a committee. Yeah, this is a funny thing about a committee, right? You need them. As generally, you need a committee. Obviously, you need a committee. You can't register. Yeah, you need to register your secretary. Right? And it needs to be transparent, right? So you need to have like an AGM to say, this is what we're all about. This is our constitution. This is what we think. This is what we're going to do. And this blah, blah, right? But this is a weird thing, right? As a wee guy, when I'm saying a wee guy, I'm 50-year-old, right? But as a wee guy, I meant like in my youth, right? It used to incense me about the committee. Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, who are these people? Really?
You're always like, do I have to go to this?
One, you go to AGMs and you'd be like, oh, I went to an AGM once. It was honestly, it was like the blind leading the blind and folk talking utter nonsense, right? So I'll give you this. This is a story. I'm not going to name the pipe band, right? But I went to this AGM, right? And it was a time when there was like a big recession type thing.
Cutting costs, eh?
And the guy that sponsored the band, right? He said, times are tight. If I go into this, everybody will know what it is, right? It doesn't matter, right? Because it's all past and it's a new band now and all that blah, 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 right? So at the time, it was sponsored by a car sales company, right?
Even I know what it is.
No, you don't, right? It was sponsored. It's no people's Ford before you think that, right? Because I've not been in ball call, right? But it was a band that was sponsored by a car company. Right, I want you to listen to this, right? So we went to this AGM, and this is what was said, right? So the guy that was sponsoring the band, they said, he's been a great sponsor to the band. And because of the recession, he says he can't afford to sponsor the band this year, right? And as a band, I love this bit. As a band, do we think we should keep his logo on the bass drum, right? Because he's been a good sponsor, and obviously, times are tight, and we might be able to come back and sponsor us again in the future, right? And I just thought, hold on a minute, right? That's like me going to him, right? And saying, I've just bought a tap at the range Audi, right, about 2 years ago, right, and I can't keep up my payments. So, listen, I'm not going to pay for that car for the next 2 years. But listen, I'm a good guy. I've been paying for the past 2 years or 3 years. So I'll just no bother paying you for the next 2 years. I mean, surely as a business guy, you would understand that that's fair. I'm like that. What madness are you people drinking? I'm like that. You just tell them thanks very much, but your name's off the bass drum. It costs money.
But
and then I
you're
also thought
you're thinking too business-like, right? Like you gotta.
I just think it's preposterous. It's a business transaction, right? You're like that. Here's the gig. You get advertisement, and there's obviously maybe some sort of kind of tax reduction on the fact that you're using that as some sort of part of an advertisement branding drive, or caring the community or something like that. There'll be some sort of kind of feedback and assistance that'll work, that you'll be getting rid of money. And although you're getting rid of the money, but you're writing off his tax, whatever, right? Yeah. Something like that, right? Like, fair play, and it's good if you can get a good sponsor. But my thing that I thought was mental was like, right, well, surely we're out looking for a new sponsor. We're looking for a new sponsor now. And the guy that was in the committee was like, Andy, there's just no money out there. And I went, right, British Petroleum's just made a record profit this year. So somebody's making money, right? That's the thing about a recession. It doesn't mean that because of the recession, nobody's making money. It just means that certain people are making excessive amounts and other people are making none. So get the guys that are making a lot of money.
BP pipe band just rolls up at the park in 2024.
But you know what I mean? It's like
you're thinking too business-like, right? You got to think the way they were thinking, and that's in the way of a lazy pipe band. And that was that we don't want to get a new bass drum head made. We just want to do the easiest option here, honestly, which is just not doing anything.
Do you know what I honestly thought, right? And this is the other thing that kind of annoyed me, right? Every pipe band out there is sponsored, right? And everybody's like, no, we've not got a sponsor.
Go on, yeah.
You have got a sponsor. The sponsors you've got is every individual band member that tips up, that gives you dues, that gives you their time for free.
Even pays his fees.
That's what I'm saying. They pay their dues, they pay their fee money, and they're giving you their time. What's that? The minimal rate or the minimal wage is something like £12 an hour. I think if you're a 21 or whatever, right? So let's call it about £11-12 an hour. Yeah. So that's 2 hour practice. There you go. A 24 quid you owe that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when folk phone you up, can I get 5 minutes of your time, Mr. Leader? So, well, I've done the maths here. Can you afford
it? Yeah. I ain't cheap either.
and that's part of the beauty of this idea of the pipe band. So every guy that goes to a pipe band is, in fact, by de facto, a sponsor of that pipe band. Yeah. So when that guy says, I can't pay for the sponsorship, I was like, good, get everybody's name on the bass drum.
Yeah.
Andy Laird, Davy Laird, this guy, Kenny Capstick, blah, blah, blah. Get all the names in the bass drum in a big circle. Everybody like, what's that about? Say, well, we're a sponsor of the band because we're paying fees and paying for the bus money and all the rest of it. And well, we're sponsoring the band.
But their names are implied with the actual name of the pipe band, right? So that's like their names are absorbed into that title.
No, it is, and it is, and I know that I'm doing this with a bit of, tongue in cheek.
Yeah, you're being.
But what?
You're being difficult.
I'm not being difficult. I'm trying to be honest. There's an element of me. This is another weird thing, right? So, look, you've got to be in a band to enjoy a band, right? So you can't just all right, But what I'm saying is that every individual, you heard Craig talking about Craig Laurie. Craig Laurie's like, how can I shout at my drum corps when these guys are giving up their free time?
I mean, it was even surprising for me to hear that he still regards it as a hobby and he's like full-time, just, grade 2 pursuing the highest level you can possibly, reach.
And that's the thing about what this project's all about as well. Yeah. It's about trying to involve people.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Inclusion.
Wow.
Right? Boom. Said that.
That was lovely.
Exactly, man, right? So it's part of inclusion because it is inclusivity. Because it's inclusivity of people that, for whatever reason, can't attend a pipe band on a regular basis.
But you want to do it.
For whatever reason, the funding, the inconsistency of having to go every week or whatever, I don't know. There's a raft of reasons. And by the way, the people that can do it, hats off to you. You're making the world a better place, right? It's not in any way a slight. It's about the other people, about the 90% of people that turn up at the Worlds every year, and you look at them, and you all know that they have been playing with bands, or they are drummers or pipers, and if you know them and you're in a band, the first thing you say is, "Oh, how are you not playing this year?"
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I saw it live happening. Yeah,
exactly.
everybody's
And
just
people,
having a chat around. It's like, how come you're not playing?
Everybody's like, "Well, what are you doing? Are you playing next year?"
Yeah.
And,
start rattling off all the reasons.
I actually think, right, and this is the same thing as, remember Craig Baxter described pipe bands as a sport. Says it's like almost like a sport, it's like an athletics,
Yeah.
It's like a constant challenge.
Especially music. You're never judged on like in getting gold trophies and that. Like,
no, but what I mean is I understand what he's saying. It's almost like a sport. It's not like it becomes that the mentality is like a sport. You're in a team. You've got
it's a team.
Great, and you're winning. So he was saying that it's like a sport mentality, and like a sport. That's my point. When you drop off,
and
you stop going, it's harder to get back on the horse.
Oh yeah.
Because you've been out the loop.
Yeah, and you got older and your muscles are tired.
so you've not been maintained. You're not match fit.
Yeah.
Right. And then because you're not match fit, then it makes it harder for you to go to a team or a pipe band and then pick up their style and then get into their way of thinking. And then it makes it difficult. So the people that leave, then they start to drift and then they drift away. And then they'll turn up at the Worlds and then blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Just reminisce.
The good old days.
That's not how we did it.
On my day, it wouldn't have happened. So anyway, I think that's about us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you get anything else that we need to share with the world, but that's pretty much it.
That's big enough, I reckon. Yeah.
Get on the train. Get on the groovy train.
Get practicing.
Get practicing. It's leaving the station.
All right.
Listen, this is the greatest thing. You've got all this notice to the 31st to jump in the bus, but you've got even more time before the Worlds. You've got all that time to get it done.
Yeah. And you don't even have to rock up every Tuesday or whatever.
you don't even need to go out in that -5 temperature. Sit in the wee warm house.
Ooh. I
suppose, listen, just a quick one. I know that folk will be typing this in. I get the fact that some times people want to be away from the house to get in the zone where they can practice. Because they might not have a drum halla. They might not have a part of the house where they can escape to. True. So there's that element, and it's easier for them to get away and get involved. But the bottom line there is that really the pipe band practice is a confirmation. It's not where you practice.
Wow.
So I suppose really that's no answer.
Practice is up to you, really.
Practice is up to you.
You got it, yeah. Band practice is not practice. Yeah.
That's us. It's been a long day. Snare Force 1, freezing cold hangar. I'm strapped.
I'm about to head out, go to the beach, soak up some sun, yeah, Barbie.
Oh no, yeah. Must be. Listen, it would be boring. You'd get bored with it after a while. I'd go there and it'd be all right for the first 3 days, and then I'd be like, it's all right.
It is, mate. Yeah, it's actually like it's just terrible.
Like people will be all cursing this, it's bloody freezing. My motor's no starting and all. But
it's better than being in Australia, right?
I mean, right. So,
all right, let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Okay, catches.
Peace.